Hello and welcome to Nikki Art. Today I would like to answer a couple of questions that have been asked in the comments, as well as do a trial thingy. So one of the questions that got asked was with regards to ones that you don't really like, but have got some really cool patches on them. Can you peel them off and use them on something else? So let's give it a go. The first part to getting anything off is getting underneath the paint. So find a part that you don't mind damaging and get down underneath that paint. So there we go. And it depends on what substrate you're using. Like this is a vinyl record and it is letting me peel it, but what it's doing when I'm peeling it is the paint's stretching. Okay. And it also depends on how thick your paint is. So it depends on a lot of different things. And hey, if you're going to throw it away anyway, you may as well give it a go. And some plastics, you might be able to peel it off and paint again, instead of having to try and clean the silicone off and paint over something. So as you can see, this one is not particularly... I'm not going to be able to get off what I want it to get off in one piece at this part of it. Okay, it's way too thin. So, and it also depends on the paint, I'd say, as well. I mean, at the moment I'm working on the white paint, which is my house paint, and see, I've got a piece off there, but nothing really usable. Once we get further in, who knows? Let's try going into there. Still really, really thin, okay? So I think every pour is going to be different. There we go, we're starting to get... we got a piece off. Again, can't guarantee where it's going to rip, can't guarantee what's going to get created, because it is so thin, that one. Alright, so that one's going in the rubbish. This one was the house paint one, and it cracked itself anyway. But as you can see, it was super thick, which I'd say is probably part of the reason why it cracked. And you know, that's got the paper, so the paper's giving way. So where the paper is, easy to peel off. And now let's go beyond the paper and see what we can create. Again, the paint is stretching. And this paint is already crazed, it already has damage in it. See, just like that. It's not easy, guys. It's not a way I would suggest creating skins. A more flexible substrate, on the other hand, oh, I didn't bring it over. So this was our tester to see about what the difference between pouring from high and from pouring, just layering from low. And this is on my homemade milk bottle, and this is really flexible, okay, and that makes a big difference. And the paint was quite thick as well, so on the edges it's thinner, so So you've got to get past that edge piece. Be really, really gentle around the edges. But once you get the edges up, you start to be able to peel large amounts off. And I've already started on the other side of this, so but look at that, comes up beautifully. And again, you still need to be careful around the edges, and it's got to be really dry. If you saw the video that I actually made this in, it wasn't completely dry, and I started to piggle at it and it was still a bit wet underneath. So the paint needs to be really, really, really dry. This has been probably a week since I poured it, and I'm able to get it off quite easily. And as you can see, once you get it off, it's got beautiful parts on the back as well. So you get double places to choose from. How does it get any better than that? So there we go. Almost all off in the time it took me to piggle tiny bits off on the other one. But again, this was quite thick paint in comparison to the other one, and it's a malleable substrate. So if you're planning on creating skins from your pour, choose what you pour on. I mean, hey, what could you do with that? Woohoo! You could have so much fun. I might recover my phone. I like that one. How's it get any better than that? So there you go. Piggling off your paint to reuse it. Part 1. So what is it that I want to play with today? I'm still tutoing with the adding of silicone at different spots in the process. So what I wanted to play with today is a swipe. So here's our record. Let's put a bit of sellotape across the back so the paint doesn't seep through. Now, what I'm going to do with this, so here we go. I'm going to use, again, I'm going to use paint that has not got any silicone in it. How thick is this orange? Because I haven't stirred that one up yet. A little bit thick. Oops, don't want water on this one. Had water on one the other day. Oh, in the live video, I had water and it started to run quite dynamically once it hit the drip of water. Okay. So I'm just gonna dribble paint because it's fun to dribble, except at the dinner table and your mother's looking. Oh dear, how does it get any better than that? So, and again dribbling, dribble, dribble, dribble. Okay, pretty sure my gold doesn't have any silicone in it, so let's put some of that in there too. Got to make sure you get right to the edges, guys, when you're preparing your swipe. This is not very thin. some red in, or should we just keep it? No, I'm not going to put red in that one. But I am going to use my Viridian hue. If you hear some weird noises coming from outside, it's my son using the log splitter to do the firewood. It's school holidays at the moment, and so preparing for winter here in New Zealand. How does it get any better than that? So let's do some more. Now, what I'm going to do, once I've got all of this all laid up, is I'm going to add silicone to this. Probably should have put a colour underneath to give a base, but I didn't. We have black underneath, that's okay. Just need to make sure I've got enough paint on here so that when I do my swipe, the whole of the record gets covered. Should I do a black swipe or a white swipe? Doesn't matter if it's black or white. Or orange or green or blue. Alright, so I'm gonna go with, do I have enough is the next question. Yeah, I do. I'm going to go with Mars Black. So, I'm going to take and I'm going to use my magical kitchen towel to do this swipe. And one of the things I've been thinking about, which this might be a really good chance to try it on, is how to keep the towel smooth and even when you're dragging it across. So I'm going to pull you over here so that you can see what I'm doing. And I've got this, right? And I'm just going to just wrap it just like that. Right. Try and keep it even so that we've got a line at the bottom that is an even line. Can you see that? So when it's hanging from there, attempting. Let's see. So that's not working. I need that to be above there. Okay, just like that. It's dripping. It's probably got a bit too much water on here. So I'm going to rest it down in the black and drag across. Oh, beautiful! How does it get any better than that? I didn't put the silicone on. Oh, I'm a dilly blinket. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's funny. So these are some spots in here that do not have any paint at all, including over my hole in the middle. So I'm just gonna go through and make sure they've all got paint over the record so that the record itself is covered. Oh, this is funny. Well, this will be an interesting experiment to see which colours are lighter than the Mars Black. There you go. What's right about this I'm not getting. It's one of my favourite tools. And sometimes I use what's right about me I'm not getting when I'm feeling like I'm a total twiddle. What's right about this I'm not getting? And the really funny thing is, like when you start asking questions like what's right about this I'm not getting, you start to become aware of what you've actually been asking for that's created it. Like I've been asking for a way to test the specific gravities of the different paints to see which ones sink through which colours and which ones stay up on top. So this is going to be a really good example of that. Just double checking which ones have got where there's little bits of plastic still showing. Wow, I love this streak here. It's got gold and the ultramarine blue. I think I've got all of the record covered. Okay, well, I'm not testing the silicone one today. I am testing the specific gravity though. I'll have to do the silicone one another day. I like this though. I think it's cool. Let me grab some of this black. Just checking the edges. Make sure all the edges are covered. Especially around here where the black didn't get dragged. Alright. I wonder what will happen. Time lapse. Just because I could. It was fun. Okay, so here we go. Let's get you down and show you what we've got. That is, let me see, about 9 minutes worth of speed up. So let me get you down and show you what we've got, and then I'll show you once it's dried how much more colour has shown up. So in that 9 minutes there's actually quite a bit of the colour has come up through the black. I'm looking forward to doing this again, having added silicone, but anyway. So as you can see, there is quite a bit of colour showing up through. How does it get any better than that? Sorry about all the glare. But that's what happens when you don't have 500,000 lights and from all directions. Alright, I'll see you again in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here she is, all finished and almost dry. Still got a few little patches that, you know, you can just see some wet spots, some high spots. But I really like this one. It's interesting. The camera pulls out a lot more colour than I see. It's really quite fun. It's pretty. I like this one. You know, this one, and the night sky one that I did, the river waterfront night sky. It's very cool. I like them. I like them a lot. So, thank you for coming to play. This one will be definitely on the keep pile. And let me just, whoop. Which way would you have it? Would you have the colour coming up from the bottom? Would you have it sideways like I swiped it? Or would you have it, the colour coming up, down from the top? What would you choose? Or even that way? Or half and half? How would you wear it? Oops, sorry fingers. How much fun can you have, guys, when you've got silicone, when you've got no silicone? And what else is possible? I adore you all. Come play with us on Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group. And what else is possible? How much more fun can we have? See ya.